Pause. Minus iPhone mic.
Okay, so I'm back after some time. I don't know how long ago it's been since I put a YouTube video on, but I mean a YouTube video. I should say a recording onto YouTube. It's been formatted. It gets formatted into video, MOV. For you computer technicians and nerds out there, these audio files get converted to MOV. So that way they are like movies, but you obviously can't see footage because this is a blind person's perspective. Most videos are about footage and seeing things and everything in life. I don't get that choice. I know Louise L. Hay will talk about saying that you believe this and you believe that, and I know it's true. I know she's not bullshitting anyone, but the fact is, you got to get with the real world. I physically can't see. There's nothing to believe. You can believe all day that I can see. The fact is, no, I can't. If I said I could see, and I'm telling the truth, I can see, guess what? That's bullshitting. Absolutely bullshit. I don't need to bullshit anybody. I can't see. I'm never going to see, so I'm not going to bullshit about it. Fact is, I'm doing these YouTube videos from a blind person's perspective where when you're listening to the video you can't see what's going on. Well, I can't see what's going on all day and all night. I pity anybody who doesn't get the fact that if they were to go blind, they would be in my situation where they'd never be able to choose, and they would soon stop bloody acting stupid and mocking people who've got blindness and vision impairment. So yeah, before anyone goes and does this Bird Box challenge and puts a blindfold on and does really stupid things, take a few minutes to think about the fact that you can close your eyes and you can open your eyes anytime you want. When you're blind, you can't open your eyes and see and close your eyes and not see. You can't see anything ever when you're blind. So yeah, to put it this way, my videos are basically a blind person's view on life. I can't see, so you don't get to see what I can't see anyway. So when you're listening to my recordings, you won't see anything because that is the perspective I have every single day of the week. I see nothing. So now you get to experience seeing nothing for a few minutes out of your day. Listening to these recordings, this is exactly what I experience every day of the week. I do agree with most of what Louise L. Hay says, though. I do agree with most of it. What I don't accept, and I'm never going to change, and if I told you I was going to change what I believe about that would be another lie, because I'll tell you why. I won't accept that people's bodies have diseases just because of their thought patterns. I mean, some things are just from your thoughts. Like, if I told you every day of the week that, I can't do anything and I can't go out and I can't look after myself, that's what would be happening. I'd eventually get to where I'd be putting like a care facility, because I'd be telling myself I can't look after myself, I can't go out, I can't do anything. Because the fact is, I can go out and I can do what I like in life and I can look after myself. And I don't lie to people. I can't manage myself when I'm really sick. I need help. so I get put in to a bloody medical facility for 2 days to get looked after if I'm like sick and dying, because I don't have to bullshit people in the world. If I can't help myself, I can't help myself. It's how it is. But this is where I draw the line when Louise Hay says things about how you can change what you want in your body. Well, you can. I won't say you definitely can't, because I'm sure you can. But what you can't do, if you're born with something like, say you go blind because of a genetic disease in your eyes that you're born with and you go blind, that's something you can't change. I know Louise Hay will say all these different things, but fact is, you've got to get real with yourself. There are just certain things that are part of your body that aren't going to change no matter how you manipulate yourself or what the doctors might try to do or whatever. There are just some things that aren't going to change no matter what beliefs you adopt or change or have had forever. There are just some things that are never going to change. You can bloody put $1 million into the pot and you'll still be sick. There are just certain things in life that no matter how well off you are or how religious your parents are or how much religion you put into your own life or anything in the world, it's not going to change because I just don't want it to change. It just is part of your life and it won't change, full stop. It isn't because, hey, I want a really serious illness tomorrow and I don't want to get any better. Like, that's not... If you tell yourself you're going to get sick over and over and over, you probably will, so that's like, when you acquire illnesses and that, But on the other side of the token, just because you say, oh, I have this genetic disorder or this other problem and I expect it to change and go away, yeah, that's your expectations and that's what you want. But some things are just part of your life. Some things are just... It isn't because let's get cancer and die. If everyone wanted cancer, everyone would be dead. Everyone would die. If everybody wanted to die, no one would be living on Earth right now. So we don't literally want to just get sick and die because we're saying, oh, well, you can't change certain things. That's right. That's because I don't want it to change. Just get with the, reality of life and accept that some things are just part of your life. Because if you don't accept that, well, for me, blindness is a part of my life. If you don't accept it, then you'll probably end up having negative experiences about me because you'll be sitting there going, oh, how come this person has to be blind? Why can't she see? Why can't she just get better? And then you form all these negative ideas about me because of what you want instead of what you're willing to accept. But if you just say, yeah, blindness wasn't acquired due to self-inflicted, damage or anything like that, I was just born that way. Maybe my parents inflicted the damage, I don't know, but I can't change what my parents did to me, so that's just how it is. But the fact of the matter is it's part of my life now. No matter who caused it, it's never going to change. So if I don't accept it, and if you don't accept it, it'll just get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse until we do acquire negative ideations or negative illnesses associated with not accepting things in life. But if you just say, okay, I'm blind and I don't like it, but I have all these things in life that I can do, so I don't care really. It's not going to go away, but I have a life and I like living how I am. I just like living my life. Well, then you have all these positive ideas and you might live a really long life with good health and everything, unless you got into an accident or something. You might live a really long life with whatever you got in life, I know I can't see, but I don't care really, because it's not something that I want. It's just part of my life. It's like some people have short legs and some people have long legs and some people can't hear. So even if Louise L. Hay does talk the way she does about you can change anything in your life, she must understand reality as well and accept for herself that there are just certain things that are never going to change in life, and you've either got to put up with it and find a good way to live, or just don't accept what it is and just try and create a really negative outlook until your whole life's fucked. So like Louise L. Hay would understand reality as well. That doesn't mean to say that because I'm blind I suddenly have to say that I'm disabled and crippled and I have to get sick and all that, and that's what I used to think all the time, and that's what happened. Whereas there's, most of the things I agree with Louise L. Hay. I just think there's just some things in life you just got to put up with. But if you put up with it and then say, oh well, you got to die of something, then that's what's going to happen too. So, as far as I'm concerned, live the life that you've got. Get a good life going and live it. I don't follow everything Louise L. Hay does either, because she's her own person and I'm my own person. I'm never going to be Louise L. Hay. I don't want to aspire to be like her. I don't want to be her. I just want to read her books because I like how she reads in audible.com.au. I like how she reads her books and affirms herself. I like how she is as a person, but I have no intention to be anything like her because I'm my own being and I have my own agenda in life. She may not agree with me, but that's her opinion and it's her problem to deal with. She has to accept her own problems. If she were to ever meet me, which I doubt it, but let's say she would have to agree to accept how I am or go elsewhere, because I'm only prepared to change what suits my own life. I don't need to change to make other people happy. I need to change to make me happy, which literally interprets as I'm changing for me. I'm not doing it because you want me to change. I'm not doing it for you. I'm not doing it to help you. I'm not doing it to help other people. I'm doing this to help me. So, that's what I get when I'm talking to my doctors and that. They're getting me to be myself. They're not getting me to aspire to be someone else. As much as I agree with most things that these motivational thinkers believe, I agree with most of it. I aspire just to be myself, which probably says the same as what these people are saying anyway. I'm just making it my own style. But yeah, I think audible.com.au is fucking awesome, to say the least. It is fucking lovely. I like reading voiceover books. Okay, so I like reading printed material using voiceover because my phone is obviously print and I physically can't see print. So I need voiceover technology to read print for me. If I had any chance that I'd be able to see, then that would be fantastic. I'd have to learn how to look and see things and that. Fine. But at the moment I need voiceover to read and other people to read if it's like totally not accessible by screen reader or voiceover. Anyway, I love printed material read by voiceover, and when I get an electronic braille display, I'll be having an even better time because I'll be able to switch voiceover off and not have to have it read to me. I'll be able to read quietly when I sit on the train or when I am out somewhere. I can sit and read a book. If I want to read an Audible book, I can, but if I don't want to, I don't have to. I can read a Braille printed book. What I like about an electronic Braille display is it will translate most electronic formatted documents into Braille, which will be bloody awesome. It'll open up my world. I'll be able to choose, to read an audio book because maybe I'm sick of reading Braille and I want to go to sleep, so I can set the sleep timer for like half an hour, maybe an hour, listen to an audio book instead of reading it in Braille, and then the next day I get up and I think, no, I'm so sick of listening to fucking people's voices, I just want to hear nothing for a while, but I need to read and I can't read visually, so I need to read tactile, I need Braille. I don't want to hear anyone's voice, I don't want to hear anything, I just want to sit outside and read. So that's when I'd set up my Braille display and read. I might do that for weeks. I might even forget about Audible for weeks. And yet there are other times where I might be like, oh fuck, I don't want to do anything at all. I just want to sit there with a drink, which I can do with a Braille display too, by the way. But if I don't want to touch anything and have to concentrate on what I'm reading and touching, which is rare, but say, I don't know, there might be a rare day that I really don't want to touch anything. I just want to sit there and listen to a narration of a book because I just want to sit there and hold a drink and not move and not anything really, and then I'd sit there and read an audio book. But Braille would really open up my world because most of the time, which is 98% of the time, I use audio as an offshoot of my need to understand information without being able to see it. It's that I need audio in order to access information. But if I don't want to listen to that information for the entire day, I can read it in Braille instead. So it will really open up my world to have different formatted books to suit me at different times. So, and I've got a really good wireless keyboard now, so and I've got good wireless headphones, and I'm very happy that I've got everything set up so far. I'm just waiting for a Braille display and a few other bits of technology and extra funding for my core supports in my plan and everything like that. So yeah, I'm also, with my NDIS, I've decided to stay NDIA managed because I was told by another person that I could have a cleaner that I really like. The problem is the cleaner charges $70 an hour. I don't think the NDIS can accept that because their highest amount of, their highest rate of payment per hour is something like, I don't know, I think it's $45 or something, or $50. I think it's around the range of like $40 or something an hour. It could be a bit more than that. But anyway, if I go plan managed, my concern is that if I ring up Jim's Cleaners and put them into my NDIS plan on a plan manager's plan manager's involvement, right? The NDIS may end up contacting me and telling me that, you can't use Jim's Cleaners because they charge too much for the maximum rate per hour that the NDIS will accept. So to me, it's like, no, I won't go plan managed because it'll open me up, but then it restricts me to rates per hour. It may not restrict me to providers, but it will restrict me to rates per hour, which means that a provider has to charge less per hour to suit the NDIS, which that's pretty shocking. That is pretty shocking. So even if I won't be restricted on providers, I'll be restricted on rates per hour maximum costs, which restricts me to what providers I can use, because the NDIS will only allow me to choose providers if they don't exceed the maximum rate per hour for cleaning services and or core supports or whatever services I get. The NDIS won't allow providers to exceed their maximum rate per hour cost limits. So even with a plan manager, I am restricted to what providers I can choose. Because if I like a provider, the NDIS will be like, well, no, you can't have that provider because they charge too much and our maximum fee rate is lower than what this provider expects, so you can't have them. Now, I don't want to go through all of that. I don't want to go through all that shit. So I'm going to stay NDIA managed because it's just crap, really. To think of getting a plant manager, it's crap. I'm hoping that when I go to Vision Australia tomorrow that I'll get somewhere with all of this shit. I'm just hoping I'll get somewhere because, it just drives me mad that, it just drives me mad that I can only choose a provider if their fee rate doesn't exceed the limit on the NDIS package, on the NDIS system. So I'm like, what a waste of time. What a waste of time. So I'm going to have to get VA to help me get another provider put into my list, like Higher Up, for example. If I can get started with Higher Up, that would be awesome, because then they can go into my NDIS package. They can go into my NDIS package and then I won't have to worry about it. I can get a few other providers and I'll be sorted. The other thing I'll be doing is reading as much as I can of this of these books to send them back to VA tomorrow. Got to bring them back to VA. And oh dear. Oh. And I've got to take my reports in tomorrow too. Oh shit. God. I've got to take them in. Damn. Bugger. Crap, I need to do that. And what else? What else? What else am I doing? I've got a support worker on Thursday afternoon, which don't know what I'll be doing then, but I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I might just get on the train and go to the Queen Street Mall because I have nothing better to do, and it'll just be nice to go for a bit of a walk around. Sit down somewhere and have a coffee, or just walk around and enjoy whatever scenery that can be described to me. Have a look in the shops. God, I don't know. Whatever I can think of. Whatever I can think of. I know
Twitter, now, liked by Stacey, stereo.
I know I'd really like to go to the Eat Street Markets at some point. I think I might do that after my NDIS plan is updated. I'll be going there because I'll have more hours, to select from with whatever support provider is available.
Twitter, now, Stacey replied, how many books have you purchased? File list.
Otherwise, I don't know what else I'll be up to this week. I do not know.
Speech off.
I really have no idea. I'm just glad that I've got big heaps of data in my Optus plan. It's awesome. Then I don't really need Wi-Fi because I've got so much bloody data. So I don't exactly need Wi-Fi. I'm also going to dress up soon because I feel like a dirty pig wearing pyjamas, and I don't think that Coles Online would want to see me just wearing pyjamas because they'll be coming in to drop off groceries thinking, oh my God, does this person know how to get dressed? And they'll probably, I don't know, freak out and get a welfare check organised for me, which will just be bullshit. Hope they don't get like that, but, well, some people are weird. I'm like, yes, I can get dressed, but I'm lazy and I just have a nightie on. I'm just lazy today is all I am. It's just lazy. So, yeah. I also need to ring up Guide Dogs and organise going back to self-defence every Saturday for 6 weeks. I need to pay that money off ASAP. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to anyway, and that's how it is. Yeah. I'm paying the money, like it or not, for the self-defence course. Everyone will say, oh, you're running too short on money. It's like, well, you live how you want to live in your agenda. I'm suiting my life's agenda. That's how it is. Anyway, I think I might get going, and I reckon I'll be doing another recording later. I'm pretty certain about that, actually. And I feel pretty good that I know I can use the microwave all the time, so at any time today I can defrost another meal for tonight's dinner. Just defrost it and put it in the microwave. Put it in the microwave, defrost it, cook it properly for dinner. And I don't have to really worry about much. And I've got bread in the freezer, so I can get out a container of like avocado or mashed banana. It doesn't matter, and I can put it on bread. And I've got it all set up, ready to eat. So I'm very, very happy about that. And if there's any wastage, like a little tiny bit of avocado in the bottom of the container, it'll just be going into the bin anyway. So long as I eat 95% of the food, if there's just a little scrap of it here and there, whatever, who cares? But yes, I'll be sorting all of this stuff out when it comes to emptying my freezer just a little more, because I need to empty it, and I need to eat more of that rice because I need to fill up that rice container again with another bag of rice. Actually, I need to check and see if there is. Another bag of rice there somewhere. I don't think there is, but I'll check. And I need to get more containers because I'm starting to find it really hard to keep packets in the cupboard. Pasta is fine, but other things like flour and sugar, I like them in containers because that way if I need to get any sugar, I can just get like a cup or whatever spoon that the recipe calls for to get the sugar and simply put the lid on the container, and the ants won't get in, and there'll be nothing for the ants to eat in this unit, and I won't be having to rely on tipping a pack of sugar out, making a mess when I'm measuring sugar, especially when you've got to put a spoon into a pack of sugar, and when you pull the spoon out of the packet, you bump it and it goes everywhere. If it's in a container, it'll just go back into the container when you get out whatever amount of sugar you need. It'll just be in the container and you close the lid. Simple. So much bloody easier. Anyway, we'll see what comes of this week. I reckon I'll be doing another recording tonight, I'm pretty sure. So wait for some really cool entertainment to happen out of this recording, I can assure you, when I do this new recording tonight.